Hey everybody, welcome to the Yayo Show, and I got my special guest, Mike Anderson, Flint,
What
Michigan home.
what's happening, sister? What is happening?
Oh man, Mike, it's so good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Oh,
I'm happy to be here with a family member, somebody I love,
yes.
somebody I love and care about, and I know.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you. I love you too, cousin.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
How's everything going down how's the weather in LA?
It's summertime. It's getting hot. It has been hot, so the weather is good. That's why I moved out here.
Uh-huh.
From our good old Flint, Michigan, which we love and cherish in our hearts. That's our lineage. But California weather is fantastic. When you wake up in the morning, you know that it's a 90+% chance that the sun is going to be shining. So I like that. It makes me feel good and gives me vitality and it's nice to get a little suntan sometimes.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. Nothing
right.
wrong with that.
No.
But speaking of Flint, Michigan, for those who don't know, Mikey is a hometown is Flint, Michigan, like myself.
Mhm.
And after high school, you went to Southwestern Academy, right?
Yeah, I went to Southwestern Academy, and then junior year, I switched over to Flint Northern. That's where I graduated.
Okay,
Yeah.
you graduated from Flint Northern, so
Vikings, yeah.
Vikings, yes. Hold on. Shout out to my Vikings because everybody knows that's
You
what
know
I
what it
am.
is. You
You
know
know
what
what
it
it
is.
is. You gotta be a Viking, baby.
Yep,
Some of
yep.
the people gonna be in the comments mad about that, and they're gonna talk about it in dub, but I don't want to hear it. You
Oh,
should
it
have
does.
been a Viking.
Right? We had a lot of battles.
Uh,
We had a lot of battles in Dove and Northern. Yep.
yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, after high school, Mike, you started a career in modeling.
Hmm. Yeah.
Let's talk about that because you went. What happened? Wait a minute. Let me recall this. You went
Hmm.
to a modeling search.
Yeah, you remember this.
Yes, I remember, man. I
Yeah.
remember we were so proud. So you went to a modeling search and you got picked, bam, right on the spot.
Yeah, yeah. It was fun. Okay, so I was getting prepared to take off and go to college and play basketball, and
Okay.
basketball was my passion. And then I realized I had a better chance of being struck by lightning twice in the same spot. So, the course of life changed immensely. I was 18 years old, and my buddy Chris Rux said to me, "Hey, man, you want to go to this model search?" And I'm like, "Model search?" I'm like, "Why would I want to do something like that? I'm heading off to college." He's like, "Listen, there's going to be girls there." And I went, "What time is it and what day?" I'm going. I'm going. I'm coming. Let's go. So I went
You
with
went.
with the intentions of seeing pretty women. And
Okay.
so I got there and I went to this model search and I ended up getting, long story short, I got picked up by like 12 modeling agencies in one day. And
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
really understand the magnitude of what I just walked into and
What
what
you
was about
just
to,
did.
yeah, what was about to happen in my life. So a couple of days later, I was sitting on the edge of my mother's bed, and I had just graduated from high school. And the phone rang, and she says, "Michael, the telephone is for you." And this woman on the other end goes, "Hello, Michael. This is Rita, your agent at Ford Models New York." And I'm like, "Hi, okay." She's like, "What is your availability for the next 12 days? Macy's wants to book you for 12 days straight. Can you be on an airplane in the next hour or two and fly out to New York City?" At that point,
Right there.
I said, "What is happening?" So it started right then and there, and I ended up moving to New York and moved to Europe, and lived in Europe for about 6 years. And my career lasted about 20 years. I modeled for 20 years straight, and it just gave me the opportunity to see the world. I went to almost every single continent on the face of the earth. So
Oh,
instead of getting
wow.
a degree in college, I got a degree in adapting to cultures and people and life and languages and food, and it was a wonderful experience, and it helped mold me into the man I am today. Yeah, it was fun.
Wow.
I really appreciated that time in my life.
Oh man, and
Yeah.
we were so proud of you too. I
Oh,
mean, every
thank
time
you.
we saw catalogs and everything like that's cousin right there. Look,
Right,
he's doing his thing. Yeah.
right. Yeah, but it was fun. It was a fun time, but I wanted to give more to the world or to
Okay.
the community of people around me. So I'm sure we're going to get into that in a little bit. But
Yeah, because when
yeah,
you start wanting to give into the world, that's when you start doing after your career, you start doing EMT paramedics, right? You
yeah,
start
yeah.
working.
Yep, I
Tell me a
wanted
little bit
to.
about that experience.
Yeah, well, after, modeling was such a vain job, but I still
Right,
tried to keep myself grounded and stay humble. And
right.
I knew I had something more to give. So I wanted to help. And I always felt like a helper. I wanted to help somehow. And
Right.
I started working as a paramedic EMT for Cole Schaefer. It's the oldest ambulance company in Southern California. And I
Okay.
did that for about a year and a half. And I really wasn't getting fulfilled, even though it was an honorable job.
Right.
Nobody's happy when they call 911.
Right.
Nobody's happy. And this was supposed to catapult me into becoming a firefighter. And that was not my calling, I don't think. It just wasn't, it wasn't
Right.
filling me up. I loved helping people, but I said, there's something else. And I loved fitness. I always had worked out and always had trained and always kept myself in shape. And I knew what it did for me as
Right.
far as mentally and emotionally and physically being the last. More mentally, what it did for me. I really enjoyed it. And I wanted to somehow share that in some capacity with other people, how health and
Right.
wellness fitness could help me, and then,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Well,
So,
speaking of fitness,
yeah,
um, I'll be honest with you, I got very into fitness, like teaching spin
mhm,
class.
yeah,
But here's what I'm learning. I even play racquetball. I love
nice.
racquetball. I go in the racquetball ring and go ahead and do what I got to
And
do.
tear it
But
up. Yeah, yeah,
you know what? But what was so important to me and what I would like to touch bases with, because I
mhm,
know, Mike, you hear all
yeah,
the diets, like, and I'm not gonna lie. I am catered to the ketogenic diet. I like it because I don't like eating sugar,
yeah,
but I fall off sometimes, Mike. But
yeah,
it is what really works for me is like reducing the sugar and the carbs out my diet. But I can
yeah.
tell in my skin and everything once I do. But how do you feel about all these diets fads that's going out? Because the first thing they say is that's not healthy and this is that. And I'm like, but I
Yeah,
lost 30 pounds without even
yeah,
working out. Like, what do
right.
you do? So
Well,
what
what
do
do you
you suggest when people come to you like, I'm on this kind of diet, I'm on the caveman diet, I'm on the keto diet? Let me hear what you got to say about that.
well, it makes it complicated and confusing, first and foremost, for the masses of people in the world, especially in
Okay.
the United States. If we look at just the United States alone, we look at fad nutrition, fad diets, and if you do this, keto, if you try that, if you Atkins, and the list goes on, a high protein diet or a high carb diet or a carnivore diet. Um, you got to find what works for you. That's what I tell everybody. All the clients that I train, I say you got to find what works for you.
Okay.
And when you say you like having, low sugar and low carb, now you got to look at how is it affecting you on a daily basis, physically,
Right.
internally. How are you feeling? And you
Right.
only understand that. Nobody knows your body like you. So when
Right.
we call things diets, it's something I got an issue. It shouldn't be called a diet, as far as I'm concerned. We have been conditioned to think that, hey, if I'm eating, vegetables, a well-rounded meal of
Mhm.
vegetables, carbs, fats, and proteins,
Right.
that is a diet. I'm eating healthy now. I'm eating a diet. No, that
Right.
should just be a natural thing. We have just mainstreamed going to Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, fast food restaurants, as that's how we eat daily. But now I'm going to eat a diet. I'm going to eat healthy. And that turns into this sacrifice in your life where you're not actually sacrificing anything. Eating
Right.
healthy is only going to make you feel good. Now, you like to eat a keto nutrition, and if that works for you, go with it. If you are feeling well and your body is functioning, if you are sleeping well,
Right.
your nervous system is settled, you are pooping well, your skin looks refreshed and good and it's vibrant, and you can see your beautiful aura coming out of you because of what you're putting in you, then
Okay.
that's the nutrition for you. Now, if you're
Okay.
doing something because someone said, hey, if you want to lose 50, 60 pounds, if you eat this high protein, low carb nutrition, you're gonna feel great and do great. Maybe that's not true. Maybe
Okay.
that's
Right.
not true, because when you look at nutrition on a daily basis, you should be eating 60% carbs, 30% protein, and 15% fat. That's a well-rounded nutrition for someone. But as soon as someone hears 60% carbs, yeah, Absolutely. Your body needs all of these nutrients in order
Right.
to function and optimize itself from a cellular level in your organs and your brain. All these things need to function optimally together. And then there's other levels when we talk about nutrition. It's not complicated. Food is not complicated. We make it complicated because you listen to so many different things that are out there being sold to you.
Right.
So nutrition is simple.
Right.
30% protein, 60% carbs, 15% fat. You are
Okay.
allowed to eat, you can have all these things and still lose pounds
Wait.
if you want, and
Right.
sometimes you have to shift those depending on the individual, what
Right.
works for that individual. How does that person's body function? So everybody's going to be different.
Everybody's going to be different. Well, speaking
Yeah.
of different, it's
Yeah.
something new that's on the market. Well, it's been on the market for a while, but it's
Yeah.
turning into a popularity.
Yeah.
And my little joke about it is the shot. So hold on, wait a minute. Let
Shots.
me go ahead.
The shots.
The shots. The shots. And I know exactly
But
what
now
you're talking
everybody
about.
is on this Ozempic drug now to lose weight. And I just want to know, because I know if I wanted to take it, you're going to have a fit. So I ain't taking it because I'm
Yeah.
scared of it, first of
Yeah.
all. So let's
You
just
know,
talk about that.
yeah. Ozempic. Ozempic. I
Ozempic.
mean, it is the fad. It is taking off throughout the world. Pharmaceutical companies are riding on this as well. Um, but to get right to Ozempic. Ozempic, I don't think it is horrible to use as long as it's being used the right way.
Right.
It's being abused now at this point.
Okay.
Um, and I'm afraid of what will happen in the near future to people, by doing this. So first and foremost, when people use Ozempic, um, they're using it to weight loss. They're
Right.
using it to lose weight. And one thing I don't think they understand is what is happening to their bodies when they're doing it. The most important, as for a person like me, a fitness coach, is you're losing. Yeah, you're losing, but you're
Yeah.
losing more muscle than you're losing fat. So
Mm,
think about it this way:
right.
with Ozempic, you're losing 2/3 of your muscle and 1/3 fat. That's Aren't you losing this to lose fat and lose weight? Are you Because if you're losing muscle, you're going to be doing some detriment to your body in a huge way. You
Right.
need muscle. You
You
need
need the
muscle to hold up
muscle.
that skeletal. The
Right.
muscle is the organ of longevity. And if
Okay.
I'm losing muscle, I am losing my vitality, my health. You are going to decline. That's why. So if you're losing 2/3 muscle and 1/3 fat, you're doing the polar opposite of what you want to do. You're losing the muscle and losing that weight, but you're still fat. You're still fat.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes. You
because you're
still
losing
fat.
so much more muscle than. So if you are going to use Ozempic, I highly encourage anybody to make sure you are in a strength training regimen. You have to lift weights while on Ozempic. You
Right.
have to. It's mandatory, or you're
Right.
just going to lose all the muscle, most of the muscle on your body, and still have that fat sitting on you. So you're still fat. So I'm
Right.
sorry to tell those people out there. Yeah, I know you're trying to lose weight, but at the end of the day, there is no magic pill.
It's no
You
magic.
have
Okay.
to you have to do the work, and the work does not have to be hard. You
Right.
know, the hard part is not getting in shape. The hard part is changing your mind.
And you know what? That's what
Yeah,
works with me the best. I read a lot of self-discipline books. And
good.
instead of
Yeah,
making big goals saying, hey, I'm going to lose 30 pounds, no, I just say I'm going to lose 1 pound a week.
there you
That's an
go.
easier goal. It works for me. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Like, no, I'm going to lose one and I just start. Like, well, I'm going to start losing one. Now, how am I going to lose the one? I'm going to walk at least 3 days a week for 4 miles. And then
exactly.
I just get on a plan. I just start small. And then
hmm
next, a month and a half later, I'm like 20 pounds gone. But I didn't say I
Exactly.
want to lose 20 pounds. I just said
Yeah.
1 pound a week. And then up it up to 2 pounds a week.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I just start off small like that. Now,
And it
wanna-
makes and that's such a healthy way to think about it, because there's the long-term goal of wanting to lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds. But the
Mhm.
short-term goal is what you should always focus on, because it's so much easier to
Right,
attain. You can attain that so much easier. And like you said, it just builds. That's a ripple
right.
effect. So you just build on that short-term goal, and the next thing you know, you will get to that 20-pound goal in just a few months. If you just lose a pound a week, a
Right.
pound a week, or 2 pounds per week, and that's by the World Health Association. That is what we recommend. Lose
Okay.
a half a pound to 2 pounds per week, and
Okay.
that's the safest way to look at weight loss if that is what your goal is, weight loss. But
Right.
yeah, I like the way you're thinking. You got it. That's
Okay, you
it.
like the way
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I
Okay,
like
this is
that.
what
That's
we trying
excellent.
to do. We
Yeah.
trying to help
Right?
people and let everybody know in the city what we're doing.
Yes.
And right now, I got posted up your website information and your
Yeah.
at mikeandersonfit.com. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave a link below on my YouTube channel, people. I'm gonna leave the link below so that way you can type in on the link.
Thanks,
And
sister.
we're
Yeah.
also going to talk about he has a fit playbook, everybody.
Yeah.
What is it on the playbook platform?
Yeah, the Playbook platform. But if anybody wants to find me, all they have to do is put in Mike Anderson Fit, Mike Anderson Fit on anything from Instagram, all your social medias, and the website as well.
Right.
But the Playbook platform app is a place where I was able to build an app where if you can't come see me in person, you can't quote unquote pay the price that it costs to train with me.
Right.
You can always go to the Playbook app and join that app for $14.99 a month or $100 for the year. And on that app, there are light dumbbell workouts, flexibility workouts, core workouts, your booty workouts,
You got to
um,
do the
all
booty.
the way into yoga workouts as well. So the Playbook it's a really easy to use app that I
Right.
found, and I really like it. And a lot of my clients even use it when they're traveling on the road, or
Mhm.
people from all over the world. I have different subscribers on there from all over the world using the Mike Anderson Fit app on the Playbook. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And with some of your programs, I noticed that you're coming out with the yoga retreat soon.
yeah.
Right.
So it's yoga is not exercise. It's a practice. It's a self practice, and
Right.
I discovered that a while back. And yoga is just therapy. It's a
Yes.
therapy of um, creating wisdom for oneself and longevity in life.
Right.
So lifting weights is one thing, and jogging and getting your heart rate up and exercising. Yoga is a whole different ball of wax. So like right now, I'm studying Ayurveda yoga and
Okay.
Vedic science. So it can just prepare me and give me the knowledge that I need that I'm going to be using on these yoga retreats. So yoga has 8 branches. The true lineage of yoga goes back at 5,000 years in Eastern Indian culture.
Okay.
And just recently, the World Health Association took the definition of what healthy means, and that comes from Ayurvedic yoga.
Right.
And it's not studied enough in this country. It's just starting to come into the United States, and the science behind Ayurvedic yoga and Vedic science is just now getting here, maybe about 100 years ago. And you got
Right.
to be careful where you get information from, because a lot of people will use it to of course, monetize their money and things like such. But
Right.
yoga, yeah. So the 8 branches of yoga is something I've been studying now for a while, and now I want to use this and share it with other people. I want to share what
Right.
yoga has done for me, and
Okay.
created more awareness in myself. A
Right.
lot of times we go to these kind of somewhat, I don't want to badmouth them, cookie cutter yoga retreats. Some of them
Right.
are, some of them are really good.
Some good.
Whereas, and you go there to get rejuvenated,
Right.
and this is what it's all about, to be rejuvenated and to be awakened to your own self. Because a lot of times we like to use what I call the lower heart to
Okay. Explain the
connect
lower part. Wait a minute.
to connect with people.
Right.
And actually, that we have a upper heart right here, where is your true awareness,
Okay.
where you can cut through all the BS, because this here
Right.
can get confusing, the heart, this lower
Right.
heart. But if you know
Right.
how to transfer that awareness up to your upper heart here, which logic, reasoning, and you can allow the ego to be removed, because the ego will love to get involved here with your heart, this lower heart. But if you
Yeah.
can move that awareness here, you can eliminate that, and you can really start to make some true good decisions about your life, your relationships, your health. But that's something else we can go into a little bit deeper because
Hold
it is.
on. I don't want to leave it yet because let me tell you why. I don't know if you're aware of it. A lot of people is, and I talk about it on my platform. I suffer from PTSD. And breathing techniques, and when you go to counseling, it's really about the breathing. So I really want to get interested because I'm learning more about meditation. You get what I mean? But with mental health that's going on in America, I really think that yoga, breathing, meditation is really important, like you were saying, especially because when you suffer from PTSD or any kind of mental illness, it's a lot of different ones. I don't want to get too deep into that. But once again, the depression, it caused my eating disorder, or I get anxiety and now I'm craving chocolate. You know what I mean? Because your emotions, this brain is going through so much things. And then I run to food for security or comfort. So I have to learn to just stop and breathe. And so
I know. And that's all of us. It's like a rat race going on in your mind. And when you talk about breath work and meditation, wow, I can only speak on what it's done for me, and to be honest about that and how powerful it is. Meditation, to just sit and be, and to sit in the now, to be in the now.
Yeah.
Right now. And not let your mind fluctuate. That is a task in itself. But there is so much power and peace and answers. Because you think you may need to go to somebody else to find out the answers. When a lot of times those answers sit right here with you. If you would just sit down and be still, be in the now, don't allow those thoughts to fluctuate. And they will fluctuate. And it takes practice, just as anything. But if you really are trying to find some true peace inside yourself and you're struggling with those things, and I have struggled with anxiety, panic attacks, and I can understand when you say PTSD, breathing, breath work, man, how powerful it is just to breathe. Without the breath, what are we? We're dead. So breathing is it's powerful. It is so powerful. So meditation, if even, when I first started meditating, when I joined Ayurveda yoga, the first week, and it was 5 days straight, I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning and drive to this yoga college. And for 5 days straight, all I did was meditate for an hour straight. And at first I was quite intimidating. I'm like, I'm going to sit and be still for a whole hour. And
that's kind of hard to do.
It's hard for us to just sit still for maybe just 2 minutes for most of us. And I ended up going through that, and that was a transformation for me. And I started to understand meditation a little bit better. So I would recommend people meditate daily. Please take 5 minutes out of your day and just sit still, close your eyes. Don't let your eyes move all over the place. Focus here in the forehead. Just focus right here and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And and when the thoughts come, just let them pass by like traffic. Don't attach yourself to them. Just let them go. And it's a challenge, but you'll get better at it. But as you sit in those moments of solitude and peace with yourself, you'll start to find answers. You'll start to find answers, and you'll come out of that so much better, so much relaxed, and you'll be able to step into our everyday life that is so chaotic and rushed and pushed and pulled, that you will handle those situations completely different on a whole different level, and your day changes. Your day is so much better. So yoga is just powerful. So I'm going to start some retreats probably about 9 months from now.
May I come?
Of course.
I want to come as a guest.
Yeah. So there would be, to give you an idea of what it would be like, it would be, a yoga session in the morning. Then there would be probably healthy eating tutorials and meal prep making to teach you how to cook just some fun, healthy meals. You get to have a community that you would meet and talk to and get to know new friends. And then it would be breath work to yoga again later on in the afternoon. It'll be something that's fun filled. These are things that I love, and I'd like to share them with other people and say, hey, these things right here help change my life, help me take better care of myself so I can have longevity and vibrance and youthfulness. I mean, I sit at the ripe age of 50 now, and I feel like I'm like 30.
We
You
don't
know, I
look
feel
it.
no, no,
We
you
don't look
know,
it.
right?
If anybody
Yeah.
asks, I'm 32.
So what you put in your body is gonna
Right.
matter, and what you do on a day-to-day basis. And if you feel
Yes.
like, hey, this is so overwhelming, all this trying to live a healthy life, start with one step. You may not be able to see the outcome all the way down the road, but the one thing you can see is the first step in front of you. So you take that one step. And if that one step is just doing 5 minutes or 10 minutes of exercise for a walk a day, then start there. And as you said earlier, it builds.
It
It
builds.
builds. And just over a short amount of time, you'll look back and go, wow, look how far I came. So
Look how
don't get
far I came.
overwhelmed. Yeah, don't get overwhelmed by where you want to go and where you want to be.
Right.
Start with those short-term goals of, hey, today I'm just going to get up. I'm going to try to add this healthier way of eating because I'm going to turn this into my everyday way of eating by
Right.
drinking a little bit more water, making
Right.
sure you go to bed at a decent time instead of 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. Allow your body the rest that it needs. Try to
Right.
meditate for maybe just 2 minutes and then work your way
Okay.
up to 5. Not saying you got to start off doing an hour like I was doing,
Right.
but you will
Whoa.
work your way into those. As everything takes practice.
Right.
And then it'll become a discipline, just like your parents taught you what to brush your teeth when you were a child. That was a
Right.
discipline that was taught to you that you did not want to do, but that
Right.
discipline turned into a habit, and it's something
For the
that
rest of your
you
life.
the rest of your life. Because if you left the house right now
Right.
and you were heading to work or going somewhere and you were like, oh shoot, man, I just forgot to brush my teeth, my breath is stinking, you would do anything in your power to get rid of that stank breath. You would stop by 7-Eleven, somewhere,
Get a
Walmart,
gun,
get
get
some
mouthwash.
mouthwash, a toothbrush, something. You're going to get rid of it. And you
Right.
see the determination behind getting rid of stinky breath. Put the
Right.
same determination behind living a life healthy for you,
Oh,
not for anybody else, not to look good for everybody else, but for
right.
yourself. Make this a priority. Make you a priority. Start loving yourself a certain way.
Loving yourself. That's the biggest key. Loving
Yes.
yourself.
Yeah. And it doesn't have
And
to be
show
a
your
selfish, yeah, it's not a selfish act. It's
right.
something that comes first. You come first. So if you
Right.
take, and you hear the old saying, if you take care of yourself, you'll be able to take care of others. It's so true. It's not a cliche statement. It's true.
It's true.
So try to eat a little bit better. Try to get better sleep. Try to have better people around you that settle your nervous system.
Right.
It's not normal to walk around like this. It's not normal. It's not normal. You know, it's not normal. So those little bitty steps of taking care of yourself make a difference. My message to people is I want to I want everybody to feel special. I want everyone to feel of value. And the only way you feel that way is starting to take little steps to love yourself through your health and wellness, through the people you hang out with. And it just start with little places. I have so much to talk about and so much to share with you. You know,
Okay. Well,
on
hey, we
but
can keep
yeah,
talking, or do
I
you
want
want to come
everybody to
back
be
on it
better.
again and we're going to start a different topic? Because
Yeah,
we can keep
yeah.
this going now.
I know. You got me going on it, man. I love people, and I just want people to be happy and well and just feel good. I want
Right.
the whole world glowing. I want everybody glowing. Yeah,
Right.
that's
And
real
you got
talk.
that glow. You got that
Oh,
glow, cousin. I'm proud of you. And just looking
thank
at
you.
you is just motivation.
I'm
But
proud of
hey,
you.
hey, and that's your cousin Malika singing, just so
Like,
everybody
oh, that's my
knows.
cousin, Lake.
She got it. Man, Mike, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But all
Like I
right,
said,
our
we
25
cold.
minutes is up. We called. Thank you for coming, okay? I really appreciate you, okay?
I love
And
you.
hey,
I
you
love you.
come
Thank
back
you.
whenever you want, and I would like to bring you back on the show again. And
Absolutely. After
I
I
want to
shave,
make
next
a
time
trip.
I'll shave. I'll shave
Uh,
and.
no, but you know what? We're going to make it a little more exciting. I'm going to come to LA and you're going to train me on my show and
That
let
would
them
be
see
dope.
how a Mike Anderson workout really is. And
That
I
would
will
be
tell
dope.
you guys. And
That
that
would
will
be
be
dope.
dope. We will do it
Yeah.
live. Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate you.
Oh,
Love you, cousin.
thank you. Mwah. Thank you. Mwah.
Bye bye.
Love you. Bye.
And recording. She's like,